Have you ever thought about visiting Machu Picchu? We went and it wasn't even our favorite part of the trip, but what shocked us is how hard it is. Machu Picchu only lets in 5,000 people per day, way fewer than the Colosseum or Taj Mahal. But the real challenge isn't even the destination, it's everything around it. Long routes, chaotic airports, language barriers, altitude sickness.
Altitude is getting to both of us.
It can make you feel like a legend just to get there. And the crazy part is, we didn't realize all this until we got there. Is Machu Picchu even worth it? I'll go through our full experience. Good, frustrating, moments that completely surprised us. And by the end, we'll see if Machu Picchu is actually worth the journey. And if you stick around, I'll show you the best part of our trip that almost no one talks about. Let's do it. Machu Picchu involves a ton of coordination. We're going to count the steps throughout the video, starting with our Uber to the airport. For us, from SFO, it meant at least 20 hours door to door.
6 hours in, we're now at LAX. We have 2 layovers.
And if you've never been through Lima, build extra time. Everyone misses connections. We got lucky they could put us in another plane pretty quickly. At least we got one win. Try Coca-Cola when you're stuck at the airport. The hurdles definitely start early, but so do the signs this trip is definitely gonna be worth it.
We're in Cusco, 20 hours later.
If you were to dream up a perfectly quaint South American city, it might look a lot like Cusco. It's the gateway to Machu Picchu.
We are in Cusco and it is really pretty.
After a long night of travel, it's the perfect place to stretch your legs and soak in the Spanish colonial architecture. We only had a short time there, but we explored the main square and surrounding streets. And of course, we had to get one last familiar moment before fully diving into Peru. After that, it was 100% Peru. The streets are lined with small, cute shops filled with textiles. You really feel the Andes culture immediately. And the food here is delicious and highly unique. I had my favorite at a place called Ucle. The meal was lomo saltado, a stir-fried beef dish. And then we started remembering why Machu Picchu is so difficult. It takes another 90-minute taxi just to reach the main area you'll stay, often called the Sacred Valley.
And this isn't Cancun, so it does help to know a little bit of Spanish, but you'll get by either way. Probably.
And just like that, you really start soaking in the magic of the Andes.
Well, it took 24 hours of traveling, but we're finally at the hotel.
After all that chaos, we did something completely different. We relaxed. Some people come here and just rush right to Machu Picchu. That is 100% the wrong way to do it. Every part of this trip, including Machu Picchu, feels better when you slow down and stop first to relax. We stayed at a resort called Tambo del Inka, and it ended up being one of the best we've ever stayed in. It was the perfect way to adjust the Andes for a few days before taking on the mountains. And somehow, we barely paid for it. And this is where the trip started to surprise us. The whole place feels like it's built into the Andes. Gardens, mountains, everything around you. And the food in Peru continued to be incredible. They even had traditional Andean music playing during breakfast. And we got to try out more delicious Peruvian dishes. Ceviche, grilled meats, Peru's special brandy called pisco. We even took a quick break in the nearby town of Urubamba. This was starting to feel less like just a stop on the way to Machu Picchu, and more like a destination that stands on its own. But even here, you don't completely escape the reality of this trip. The altitude is no joke.
The altitude is definitely getting to both of us. Definitely high up here.
Cusco sits at 11,000 feet. Luckily, there's a fix.
They started giving us this coca tea, which is supposed to help you with the altitude.
Just don't do it right before a drug test.
It actually has same ingredients.
This is where we started realizing Machu Picchu is only half the story. Because the Sacred Valley is where the trip really starts to build up. Some people come here and just rush right to Machu Picchu. We did a full day exploring the Sacred Valley. and it is packed with Incan culture. You just don't get the full Machu Picchu experience without doing these destinations. And today, we started out in Chinchero, learning how alpaca textiles are made in the Incan tradition.
And of course, I fully leaned in and bought the alpaca sweater. It's soft, comfy, all natural, and has these cute little llamas on it.
But Chinchero offers more than just textiles. These terraces have been here for centuries, and they're still perfectly intact. This is when we truly started to feel immersed in the Andes. It was the first time we thought, okay, this trip is bigger than we expected. The best terrace, though, is a little further out. This one is called Moray. It speaks for itself. These are the moments you remember why you came to Peru. And there's another surprise just a short drive away. This salt mine is famous online for its landscape, if we can get down there. All around these landmarks, Peru's tour guides chaotically pass each other on roads that really should only fit one car. You'll clench your butt the entire way down, but eventually get through the chaos. And we're here. For over 1,000 years, the Incas and their ancestors used these ponds to evaporate salt and mine it for consumption. Not many salt mines have a view like this, though. We had one more stop to go, but at this point, the driving in Peru had fully escalated. These videos can't do it justice, but there's really nothing like whipping down switchbacks above a 2,000-foot cliff face while it's drizzling and muddy. This drop-off right next to me goes all the way down. I think this was just a random normal Tuesday for our tour guides, but we survived. And what came next felt like a preview of what we came here for all along. Ollantaytambo. The place will begin our journey tomorrow to Machu Picchu. And this is where it all starts to feel real. These ruins were the seat of an Incan emperor. And it's over 200 steps up to the top, but it gives a perfect view of the valley and the surrounding town. And this is when it started to hit us that Machu Picchu isn't just one place. It's kind of the whole journey. And after today, we finally understand what we're actually heading into. Because tomorrow, we finally go. After a 5 a.m. wake up and a quick breakfast, shout out to our hotel, it's so amazing here, we were ready to tackle the main reason we came. We were a little nervous about the weather. This was a mountain range. I'm hoping this clears up. But it turned out to be perfect. And just like that, travel steps are back. A taxi to a train to a shuttle.
Just to reach the entrance. But none of that stopped us.
We got to the train station, and this place is in chaos. The band is literally parading through the crowd. If you weren't awake before, you definitely are now. And then something unexpected happened. Even the train might have been one of the best parts of this journey. You're speeding along this raging river with table-to-ceiling windows of the Andes all around you. We're on the train to Machu Picchu. I knew it would be mountainous, but I didn't expect it to be this really good looking. And then somehow it gets weirder. Peru Rail had a full band playing Andean-style covers of these pop songs, and then brought out someone in this Incan demon costume who started dancing through the cabin. It was a complete fever dream, and honestly, I'd recommend it. We had one final stop in Aguas Calientes. We paused for a meal and a few quick drinks at MACHU, next to the raging Urubamba River. I even tried alpaca steak. After boarding a shuttle, we were finally almost there. The bus starts winding up the mountains, and you can see those classic Machu peaks slowly starting to poke through the trees. And this is it. This is our stop.
I guess we're here.
After a quick wait in line, we started entering Machu Picchu. And man, this place really doesn't give itself away until the very last second. Small bits of the ruins start to poke through, but it's all still almost totally hidden as we walk up the entry stairs. Until finally, you're here. Machu Picchu, one of the 7 wonders of the world. We really took our time to enjoy this. After all the planning, all the strain, all the travel leading up to this, it's magical inside of the ruins. Just being here is something you can't fully put into words. It starts to rain a little bit, but it doesn't matter. It's still the peak of the adventure. We even got to see a live chinchilla inside of the ruins. And a few llamas, since, hey, it's Peru. They're everywhere. In person, Machu Picchu delivers on everything they say about it, and more. But wait, you thought this was our favorite part? Not at all. This was our favorite part of the trip. After Machu Picchu, we added one extra day just to relax, and ended up at this place overlooking the Sacred Valley. And boy, the views and activities completely blew us away. This is the view we woke up to. As the sun rose, we got to watch these beautiful mountain crags while the fog rolled in and out around them. We've stayed near some incredible mountains around the world, but this is the best mountain view we've ever had right from our hotel. And then there's this. They have a llama hot tub. We're sitting in a hot tub at 11,000 feet, overlooking the Andes, feeding a pack of llamas. Yes, this is all 100% real.
I would like to.
Oh, hello.
You're my favorite.
At one point later, a whole group of llamas wandered out to meet us from someone else's llama hot tub. I just hope the llama keeper didn't have too much trouble. And that was one of maybe 10 crazy different experiences they offer. We did a sunset picnic complete with wine, charcuterie, painting, in full outfits, of course. If you're gonna do something this completely ridiculous, Peru is the perfect place to do it. For our final night in Peru, we did something that might surprise you. We stayed up one more time to go stargazing. The Sacred Valley is one of the best places in the world for it. On a clear night, you can see the Milky Way even with your naked eye. And after everything we experienced on this trip, it felt like the perfect way to end it. Machu Picchu will ask more from you than some other vacations, but yes, it is absolutely worth it. Because it's not just the ruins, it's everything around it. The culture, the mountains, the food, the people and places you don't even expect going in, Peru ended up being one of our favorite countries we've ever visited. And I have a feeling it might surprise you the same way too when you go. Thanks for coming along with us. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing. It really helps the channel. And if you want to see more trips like this, you can check out another video here.